Welcome back, listeners, to The End Is...
Sigh.
That's right. I'm Todd.
And I'm Nate.
I was going to soft it over to you.
I cut you off, like normal.
No, it's usually the other way around.
Yeah.
Don't disagree with me. This is Welcome to The End Is Sigh. This is the podcast where we usually talk about underrated movies and then some themes that go along with them.
Yeah.
This week, Nate, what is our underrated movie?
It is 2003's Matchstick Men.
I wasn't sure, you wanted to get the year in there.
Yeah. Well, I had to think about it. I was like, wait, I had that thought about it. I was like, this movie's just about 20 years old.
Yeah. It was the year I may or may not have graduated from high school, which doesn't feel like it was that long ago, guys. But yes, it is Matchstick Men. I will say on our last recording, it was like, you were like, what are we doing next week? And it was like, you're like, men. Like it cut, and so people are like, I don't know. So I put it in the episode description. But if you didn't know we were gonna, play this week, sorry, but now you know.
Yep.
So I said we pair themes with them.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say we did a movie on Lord of the Rings.
Okay.
A review on one of those. What would the themes be?
The themes. Let's go with rings.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And
I shouldn't feel like this would have been easier.
There's a lot though to choose from.
That's right, but you want to pick a really good one. This is all fake.
Yeah. Orcs.
Orcs, perfect. Rings and orcs. I like it. Okay. So generally we would do that for any movies that we do in the past, in the future. Nate, what are the themes we're actually doing for Matchstick Men?
Today we are doing OCD.
Yep.
And con artist.
We sure are.
That order?
Yep.
I had to think about it. I was like, we discussed this just moments ago.
And even if it wasn't, we would just start with a certain one. But yeah, that's what we typically do. But otherwise, we try to make meaning out of the meantime, Nate.
Yes, we do.
How did you do that?
Well, I went up to Estes this past week.
What?
So, it was nice going up there, getting away from people. But at the same time, not really, because it's Estes.
That's true.
Yeah.
For people that aren't in Colorado, that's Estes Park. It's a little mountain town.
Yeah. We went up, walked the strip. We went to Elkins.
The strip, as if it's like Vegas.
That's
Main
the best
Street?
way. Yeah.
The strip.
Yeah.
Do some gambling up there at the chocolate factory.
Oh, yeah. You know it.
There's so many taffy shops there.
There is. Candy shops in general.
Yeah.
Just
but you get to watch them
apples,
making
fudge.
the taffy in the window. It's really cool.
Yep. But yeah, Elkins went there. Got some of their famous... it's a distillery.
Okay.
And I got their honey whiskey. We've talked about it in the pod before.
Have we talked on the
We have, yes.
Oh, okay.
And I also picked up their lemonade vodka, which is just as good.
And you said dangerous, right?
Yes.
Why is it dangerous?
Just because it's so smooth.
Yeah,
It goes
when
down
your liquor's
so
too
easy.
drinkable.
Yes.
It's fucking dangerous,
It
guys.
is.
Because we're like, I'll have a full glass of that. It's not lemonade.
But we also went to Estes Park Distillery. They have like a big new location that's brand new, opened up. It was where the pizza area was up there, if anyone's familiar with
so
that.
it's like moonshine stuff now.
That place is fucking massive.
It is massive, but it used to be a really good pizza shop.
Yeah, the pizza place is still there.
But it's like a little window you pop
Yes.
into, and then you have to go way to the back to eat at these shoddy little benches.
Either way, they have too much fucking retail space.
Yes.
Because it is just their moonshine. Walk 10 feet, it's that same flavor. Moonshine, just another big section of it. It is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Doesn't taste that good, too.
No. I remember I was up there with somebody and they took the samples and it's like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Okay. But you're right. There's so much wall space for the same bottles.
Yeah.
And that space has to cost a lot of money.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even imagine renting out one of those places would cost.
Yeah. Well, that and let alone renovating that entire thing.
Right. It was such a famous pizza spot, too.
Yeah.
People would always eat there. I used to eat there with family members that come up and visit.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's just like it's a shell of its former self.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Very disappointing.
Yeah. And then we also did the mountain coaster.
Did you do the coaster?
Yes.
Okay. How was that?
It was good. It was actually really good. It was better than I expected.
I didn't even know it existed until maybe a couple years ago. I heard about it.
So if you do go up there, go to the ornament shop, the Christmas shop that's off the main street.
It's Christmas 24, or not 24/7, 365 days of the year, basically, yeah.
And get your tickets there because it's a $5 discount.
Oh.
So it's a little cheaper there.
Okay.
But yeah, totally worth it. Definitely a lot of fun. Just hope that you don't maybe get like someone in front of you that's hitting the brakes.
Oh.
Because you do control your speed.
Did you have that, Nate?
No, I did not.
Oh, okay.
Luckily, we went. It was slow, and
Gotcha.
we just were able to go full throttle all the way down.
Full throttle.
Yeah.
With Nate. Awesome. I need to get back up to Estes because I do hit up that Christmas shop once a year to get a new ornament for the tree.
Yeah.
It's the cheesy things, you know? But it feels fun.
It's like going to pick out a Christmas tree, but you're not picking out a Christmas tree.
Right,
really.
because I have a fake one that I just put
Yeah.
up every year, so it's like I don't
Which
need
is
to.
better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, real trees are a pain in the fucking ass.
Yeah, they seem like it. Like
Sap and the needles, it's not good.
You have to
The
clean up.
disposal, the picking them up, this is not good.
Yeah.
You'll find needles in your carpet for years after. Experience talking.
Yeah. So what have you been up to make meaning out of the meantime?
Not a whole lot. I did see a movie, as we talked about in the previous episode.
Yes.
Nate, Alan, and myself saw Black Adam,
We did.
which we're not going to review on the pod. It was fine.
Yeah.
There's a skateboarding kid that can go like get the fuck out of this continuity.
Mm-hmm.
There's some really cheesy things.
Yep.
There's some really fun stuff. There's some comedy in there. It's definitely a world builder.
Yes.
Even though Shazam was there first, we could get into Black Adam, but it was fine. It was better than I thought it was going to be, but it was still not great.
Yes, exactly.
So you could skip that one probably, guys. Rent
Yeah.
it.
Wait till it comes to HBO Max.
Yeah, there you go. It's got to be
simple one.
pretty
I'm
soon.
sure 45 days. That seems like the
Oh, is that the
standard
normal?
now going forward with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, well, cool. I mean, that's honestly, it's probably the most what I've done. Just
Yeah.
normal shit. Getting my costume ready for a Halloween party that is shaping up at this residence quite heavily.
Actually, it would have already happened now.
Well, yeah, but as I'm talking about it is. So, we'll see next time how it actually went. Could be a disaster.
See if he wins that trophy for best costume.
That's right. Nate made a trophy. Did we talk about that on the pod? I don't
I
even know.
don't know.
Nate created a wooden trophy, burnt and everything to recognize the best costume. So we'll see.
Yeah.
And but yeah, other than that, Nate, do you have any news of the week?
I do have some news, and it kind of pertains back to Black Adam
Oh,
a little bit. So they finally announced the CEOs of DC Studios.
Oh, okay.
Yes, CEOs, plural.
So plural.
Yes. So the first one is Peter Safran.
Peter, good guy.
Yep.
Good, I don't know.
Yep. And I'm not exactly sure who he is. And the other one is James Gunn.
What?
Yeah.
When did that happen?
I think this is just today.
That has to be breaking.
Yeah. Yeah. It was just today when it happened.
Guys, we're breaking news, but a week late.
Yes.
For you. Technically breaking it right now.
Oh, yeah.
In this room.
So, I mean, honestly, that's probably like the best choice they could have probably gone with. The way James Gunn, how he's laid out Suicide Squad, Peacemaker.
That is so interesting because he is still making a Guardians 3 for Marvel. And it's one of the biggest
that's already
properties.
done. I'm pretty sure, like, done filming.
But they're still releasing it. Like, one of the biggest moves for Marvel is going to release under the CEO of DC.
Yeah. I mean,
guidance.
In his defense, like, I feel like he's justified in going to DC just because he did get screwed over by Marvel when they canned
for a
him.
while. Disney canned him, right?
Yes.
Marvel not so much, but
yeah. So I feel like, that's definitely exciting news for DC movies going forward.
That is really good.
I feel like it's probably a headache that he's got to go into this shit and be like, all right, let's see how we can figure out how to fix this, unless he already knew, like, something with the Flash is going on, of a reset somehow.
Because they have established that Black Adam and it's already now when this comes out, it have been fully spoiled. We can probably mention the news that The Rock has shared, and Henry Cavill himself has now come out and made videos about he is Superman and he's going to be there for many more movies, he says.
Yes.
So like, and The Rock's like, yeah, we're in this together, man. It's going to be great. Here's the road ahead. So who knows?
Yeah.
But they Black Adam set a precedent for them moving forward that they cannot just back out of without ruining The Rock's reputation. I don't think he's going to let that happen. So
yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, good news for DC.
Yeah. Oh, that's good news. I don't know if I have much news. It was a slow week.
It has been a slow week.
I just have
Black Adam kind of just took over the news as far as that goes.
Guys, we were so obsessed.
Where it was
we
just
think about anything.
Everything
else.
was like spoiler. Like The Rock pushed it so much.
Yeah, it was way too many spoilers, but trying to get so much hype for it.
Yeah.
Let's see. What else? Did I do anything? Oh, I'm watching The Patient on Hulu.
Okay.
With Steve Carell and Domhnall Gleeson.
Mm-hmm.
It is interesting. The final episode airs, I think, tomorrow in our time. So Thursday the 27th? Is that today 6th? 25th?
Today's the 5th.
25th.
Yes.
So the 26th.
Yeah.
So 26th. 27th. Guys, Thursday. But honestly, I don't think I would usually say don't jump in if they were long episodes. The first episode is like 22 minutes. The second one, like the next few are like 21 something minutes. Then all of a sudden it's like a 34-minute. They're just all over the place. So it's easy to get into and be like, oh, okay, if you want to judge whether you want to get into it or not, I would say watch the first couple episodes.
I think I kind of enjoy that with shows where it's not a predetermined time that they have to make sure their episode's in.
Right.
It's just like, hey, this is our episode. We want to get this story out. And then, you know, kind of change it up from episode to episode.
A little more creative freedom to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely, I do appreciate that. This one has gotten flack for being like, why didn't you just make that a little longer or combine it? Like, sometimes it feels like so short. You're like, why even just not make it a 40-minute episode if you're going to combine it? But whatever. It is interesting. There's really good acting, but I'm curious to hear other people's thoughts on that.
Nice.
But yeah, you know what? I don't have any other fucking news.
All right. Well,
and if I do, so sorry.
I guess that takes us into our first theme.
The theme of the week.
Yes.
One of them. OCD.
Yes, it is. You got a wiki first there, Todd?
No, I don't have a wiki.
No, you don't.
I have a bunch of other stuff. This one, I will brace yourselves for. This is going to be an interesting one for me.
Yeah.
This was like, doing the research on this was like reading a biography of shit you have to deal with in your life. So I don't even know if like a lot of, people in my life know that. I there's things in here that are very much that I deal with. So this is going to be, again, forewarning. But I said fuck off Wikipedia because I found a Mayo Clinic description of what OCD is. So it stands for, of course, well, maybe not of course, but Obsessive-Compulsive Disorder, features a pattern of unwanted thoughts and fears, aka obsessions, that lead you to do repetitive behaviors, aka compulsions. These obsessions and compulsions interfere with daily activities and cause significant distress. And OCD affects 2.2 million adults in the United States each year.
Yeah. So I didn't go too much into OCD as far as like what it is, what it like really pertains to. I did. For me, it was more of the social norm that OCD has become, I feel, where it's everyone is, oh, I'm OCD about this. Oh, I'm OCD about that. And I'm like,
no,
you don't understand. Like, that's not OCD and what it is.
It's dismissive. It's reductive.
Yes. And it's ridiculous because you look at it, it is a disease. It is a, an issue that people have to deal with.
Right. And
people make it like, oh, I'm dealing with it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And if everyone pretty much pertained to OCD as what they thought it was, everything would be organized what they think OCD is. But it's not that. It's more of the thoughts, like you were saying. Yep. Like the, being inside your head a lot of the time, thinking about certain things. But yeah, so I went on to, it's NAMI.org, which is the National Alliance on Mental Illness.
Oh, okay.
And so they kind of went on about OCD, how it started as a small trend and is just now everyday language.
Oh, you're talking about the social media effect. So yes. Okay.
So even there is companies even using it for branding. There's a beauty company that called itself Obsessive-Compulsive Cosmetics.
That's nice.
Yeah.
OCC,
I was like, that's great. And then, of course, you get things like BuzzFeed that use titles.
Not our golden BuzzFeed. They would never do us wrong.
So it's like 33 meticulous cleaning tricks for the OCD person inside you. 5 types of OCD friends you know and love.
Oh, Jesus.
And so it's just one of those where I find it ridiculous because you don't see people going around like using cancer as like a, oh man, this is like my cancer type.
Yeah, cancer's not a personality trait, just like OCD isn't.
Yeah.
It's an entire thing that some people like struggle with.
Exactly. And so I just always find it ridiculous that people put it and lump it in with that as like it's a normal thing. Like bipolar, that's another thing that people deal with, but people joke around with that as well.
Yeah, like I'm feeling so bipolar today. Or like when somebody you get mad at something, that's you getting mad at something.
Yeah, exactly. If you like something a certain way, you're particular about it. You're not OCD about it.
And there's a difference between being a perfectionist and OCD. There's difference. Yes. Perfectionist means you like things that are tidy and organized. An OCD person will not be able to like leave their home until something is completely
they will
perfect.
be worried about it, and they're always it's a burden that they deal with.
Yeah.
And it's actually Todd came over and he noticed, he had scrubs out. And it actually was because an episode that had Michael J. Fox in there.
It's a very good episode.
It is. And it pertains to him having OCD and the episode being a doctor and a surgeon at the same time. And him talking how it's a burden that he deals with every day. But he doesn't let that like kind of affect everyone else.
Yeah, a lot of people with OCD try to make it a personal problem and not try to, you don't want to burden people with your issues because it's a lot to deal with. And it's like if everybody had to worry about like going around their lives to like make sure you're okay or something like that, it would be miserable for them, but it would also, you would feel like shit as the person doing it.
And so it's one of those where that episode does a good job of describing like, hey, everyone's got their own shit going on.
Yep.
Make sure not to just assume things.
Yeah. Man. Okay. So I looked up, well, this is also from the Mayo Clinic. It says, obsessions often have themes to them, such as fear of contamination or dirt, doubting and having difficulty tolerating uncertainty, not needing things orderly and symmetrical, which is what everybody likes to be like, oh, that's me, right? Mm-hmm. Aggressive or horrific thoughts about losing control and harming yourself or others, and unwanted thoughts, including aggression or sexual or religious subjects. And then it says, as with obsessions, compulsions typically have themes such as washing and cleaning, which is Michael J. Fox's character does, checking, counting, orderliness, following a strict routine, and demanding reassurance. And that last one sounds a little vague, but demanding reassurance is a very big one, and I definitely understand that one. And it says examples of compulsion signs and symptoms include, again, hand washing until your skin becomes raw, checking doors repeatedly to make sure they're locked, checking the stove repeatedly to make sure it's off. Now, a lot of people will be like, well, that's me. See, I'm OCD, because people always have that fear when you leave for a trip. Oh my God, did I leave the stove on or something? Yeah. That's just, oh my gosh, maybe I did that.
That's scratching the surface with it. Because then, like, I feel like OCD, you probably go further into it of, oh my God, did I leave the stove on? Is that going to catch a fire? Okay, what about the house next to me? Is that going to cause an issue there?
Yes.
And it just kind of trickles into something bigger than just the oven on.
Yeah, it's a normal fear to be like, oh shit, my house gonna burn down because I left the thing on. You have that thought, but then the obsessive person may get to where they need to go, turn around and go all the way back, and then check them meticulously. Or they could be like, take off the knob so I can't even turn them on, like things like that. You'll do extra steps to do it. Then there's also like, I'm counting in certain patterns, which counting does help. Silently repeating a prayer, word, or phrase. Arranging your canned goods to face the same way. I've never had like that kind of organization where they need to face the same way.
That's fine. That just reminds me retail too much, right?
Yes. Retail's yeah. That's where it all comes from. But yeah, so I actually wrote in there same thing. I was like, they say there's a difference between being a perfectionist, someone who requires flawless results or performance, for example, that being it, and having OCD. OCD thoughts aren't simply excessive worries about real problems in your life or liking to have them clean or arranged in a specific way. And mainlinehealth.com put it even further with like OCD tendencies versus OCD. So like the tendencies are what people tend to have, maybe some people have. There's no such thing as, quote, a little OCD. When you hear people joke, I'm so OCD, chances are they're probably not OCD and have no idea how debilitating the disorder can be. One of the biggest misconceptions about OCD is that it's mostly related to being obsessive about cleanliness or germs. While some with OCD are hyper-focused on cleanliness, people with OCD may also repetitively count things or go to great lengths to avoid becoming sick, encounter things that they fear, and may even try preventing themselves from having certain thoughts. And so the International OCD Foundation describes common types of it. So there's contamination obsession, violent obsession, perfectionism-related obsessions, sexual obsessions, religious moral obsessions, identity obsessions, and the last one is responsibility obsessions. And that one, again, this was like reading and being like, yep, that one hurts. But it's a fear of being responsible for something terrible happening, e.g. a fire, a burglary, or a car accident, or a fear of harming others because of not being careful enough, e.g. Simple as dropping something on the ground that might cause someone to slip and hurt themselves. And for me, I don't want to get into like too much of a TMI. I'll try to keep it very like stoic and stuff like that. I remember the first. I mean, a lot of my stuff is about the responsibility ones. Like even currently, like this, probably yesterday or the day before, like driving or something like that has gotten to a point where like, oh, if I make a left turn and I didn't look both ways yet, kind of in automatic mode. If I make that turn and I'm like driving, I'm like, I didn't necessarily look at that full corner. Was somebody walking? Did somebody get clipped? Did I cut off a car and I'll turn around. I'll make that turn. I'll go back. I remember getting got wings one night, and I was in the car driving home, and it was darker. It's like a 10-minute trip back home. It took me, I think, an hour and a half because I had to keep going back and taking the same turns. But then the problem is you compound it, because if I then go back, now I've made even more turns, and now I'm questioning where my headspace was when I made those last ones. And it's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Like, and I remember growing up, I'm sure my mom and brother, older brother, can like attest to, like, I would say certain things, like I have tics a lot, and there's some tics that are associated with it. They didn't always talk about that. I know in our movie we'll get to he displays a lot of tics, but like it's a lot of phrasing and repetitive thoughts, like you can't move your brain forward. And so I would always do like almost like a popping sound with my mouth. Like, I don't know if I can't even, like, I don't know if you can see it. So if I like I'll do that. Like there's, I don't, you can maybe hear that on the pod. But I would do that so much. I remember being in the car and my mom being like, is that your tic? Like, are you, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even realize like you could hear it, or that, I'd face away towards the window, and people, every now and then would be like, what are you doing? And I'd be like, oh, nothing. And then I had to like squash it. Like I still do it, but I had to be strategic about when it happens, or like, you can't be strategic, but I had to try and cover it as much as I could. Let's put it that way. But like, I don't know. So when I worked at like food prep out of college, I'll just keep it vague. I'm sure you fucking know what that is. Towards the end, I was like, I have to get out of this job, not because it was too difficult. It was because I was feeling responsible. Like if I was sick, or like, let's say I thought I had a cold or something like that, and I just prepped like 100 sandwiches or yogurt or something like that. Let's say I breathed over an open container, and then that got into a sandwich or got in something, and some fucking old lady was eating at the cafeteria, our teacher, and she got sick from that and died. And like, that's what would happen. And I would have to I would hold my breath for so long trying to make trying to get through 5 cups of this right now. And then I'd walk out of the room and breathe and exhale and like go in and breathe into my arm, and then go back into the kitchen, hold my breath again. And it was like things take twice as long.
Yeah.
So yeah, I relate to, it's not just a little OCD. And I always hated like even talking, but I don't get very much into my personal life, and I try to hide that stuff. But like, I didn't like even saying a little OCD, because I didn't want it to be like dismissive, and then have people like, well, you don't have OCD. So then I have to explain, well, God, I remember I heard a song, Pearl Jam's Don't Breathe. And it's like, I understand every life must end. And like my head just went into like a space of like mortality and death. And it's like, oh, okay, that could be a normal thing. But that ruined my day. And I still remember it to this day. I still have the same certain thoughts. And like, I have to say, I may get this tattooed. So hopefully this won't surprise me when Dad finally sees it. But like, there's certain phrases I've said in my head for decades. And it's, first one is, I hope for the best. I don't know the rest. Because that's in my brain covers the grounds. Like, I can hope for everybody's doing good. But I can't control that. And that's the most I can take responsibility for. And then the second one also uses the word hope, because what else do we fucking have, I guess? I don't know. And it says, I hope you are healthy, happy, and safe. And it covers the 3 grounds that I feel like people need to be like, if you're missing one, your life can be shit. If you need all 3. Yeah. And it's like, it's been burned into my brain. And you get off phone calls, or if I think a bad thought about somebody, like, let's go back to the last pod, like somebody in the drive-thru in front of me, like, fuck you for taking so long. And I'm like, oh, I don't really wish any harm on them. Like, that's just projection, because I'm impatient right now. Yeah. But then I'm saying the same phrase, and I have to like touch my chest and be like, I hope for the best. And I can't be touching my chest when I say, I don't know the rest. Like, it's like passing that to them. And it's like, if I don't do it, what if? Yeah. And that's what the obsessive-compulsive thing is. It's the intrusive thoughts. It's the fear of like, you don't do it that one time, something bad happens. And it's like, I can be as rational. I feel like I try to be very rational and being like, well, this is very black and white. Mm-hmm. And that might be also a symptom of me like trying to overcompensate for like not being able to control my own, like, I'm not God. I don't have influence over people's lives, but what if this one thing changes something and I can't fix it? And it's just
kind of like a butterfly effect, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was going to go into treatment. I don't know if you have anything else on it.
I do not.
Okay. But so, Nate, have you noticed OCD things about me in the past?
I've noticed it, but I mean, it's one of those things I guess I don't just bring to light.
Right. But like, I mean, like, I guess primarily for between you and me, it's probably the not like between you and me off the pod, like, but like drinking out of the same drinks or stuff. I stopped doing that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's not for me. I don't care if I get sick. I care if I get somebody else sick.
Yeah.
And I could not be feeling sick at all, but it's like that, oh no, like, and it shocks my core. People have taken my drink and then just drank it and be like, see, it's fine. And I'm like, it bothers me internally. I have to play it off like, okay, don't do that, haha. And inside I'm like 20 steps ahead in my head. I'm like, well, now I have to wait a week and check back in somehow to make sure that they didn't get sick. Like, is this from me? And it's just, oh God, like I'm like shaking a little bit because it's so like nerve, like it fucking sucks. But and so I deal with that a lot. Like it's so many things. And this is like 1% of everything. But it's like, it's these thoughts that it's like, I've learned to hide a lot of the things that I do over and over again. And I try to pass them off, or I'll phase them into something else for people so that they think it's just a normal conversation. Yeah. Which I don't know. This is not an excuse for being late to things and not remembering things. But I'm like, sometimes I think to myself, well, did I not remember that detail because I was so in my head? Even though I'm talking to you right now, my head is already thinking about the outcome of people hearing this pod and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. So it's like, while I can automatically just keep going, I'm already like, it's like chess. It's like the Queen's Gambit. I'm thinking ahead here. And I do remember the very first time I had when I was driving, like I can't leave something and wonder if I could have done something about it. I was driving to, this shouldn't be funny, but driving to see Borat. It was in theaters. I remember going, and I had to go into Fort Collins, and I was on the highway, and I think I left the Loveland exit. And so people around here would know at least what the difference here is. And so it's all the way down into Fort Collins. Mm-hmm. And I remember halfway through, like seeing like a black trash bag, like in the middle of the highway. And I was like, people have been known to throw animals and stuff or do that. Or like, I saw it multiple times. Spoiler alert. I realized it was just a trash bag, but I was like, was that somebody laying there? I had to go all the way down, take the exit, go all the way back. And I did that like twice. And so I was late for the movie. Yeah. And I was like, and that's the first time I remember being like, oh fuck, dude, I cannot be okay with just going to the movie. I wouldn't be able to sit there. I wouldn't be able to not think about this and be like, what if somebody was hurt? Could I have stopped, got them help, and then they're fine? And that's the reassurance thing comes down to, I can function better when I'm around other people. So it's like, then that reassurance is like, well, if say you were in that car that night, Nate, I'd be like, well, Nate didn't say anything. Yeah. He didn't see anything. Or what if I said, what did you think that was? You might be like, oh, I think that was trash. I'm like, okay, good. I needed somebody else to almost like share the responsibility. Yeah. And that's like, it's not fair in my brain to do that, but it helps to have like that second set of eyes. So if I'm in a situation, something happens, I'm like, well, what are they thinking? Did they react to it? It helps when I'm driving somewhere, if there's a car behind me, because if they make that same turn that I made and they don't stop or hit their brakes or get out to do something, I realize, well, nothing probably happened. I didn't cause anything. Yeah. Because they're going on as normal. And if they're going on as normal, well, they're fucking weird too. So we're in this together, like, I have to make these concessions. But anyway, that's a lot of info dump. I don't know if most of my family or friends anyway. No, but I hope I've done a good job of covering it up. But so people are probably asking, well, Todd, God damn it, why don't you go to therapy and get treatment, get some medicine? Well, I have. Like I took what they would call it's Lexapro is like its commercial name. So anyway, according to the National Institute of Mental Health, they say treatment for most OCD patients should involve exposure and response prevention, ERP, and or medication. And medication is usually a serotonin reuptake inhibitor, an SRI, which people are probably familiar with. It's traditionally used as an antidepressant, but also helps to address OCD symptoms. And they do say that depression can sometimes result from OCD. That makes a lot of sense. And that doctors can treat both OCD and depression with the same medication. These are the commercial heavy hitters, man. It's Prozac, Zoloft, Paxil, and Lexapro. Like, you hear all that shit. You see all the commercials with the butterflies and the people jogging and shit. And then cognitive behavior therapy, which is CBT, which is exposure and response prevention. And they say the exposure component of ERP refers to practicing confronting the thoughts, images, objects, and situations that make you anxious and or provoke your obsessions. The response prevention part of ERP refers to making a choice not to do a compulsive behavior once the anxiety or obsession have been triggered. All of this is done under the guidance of a therapist at the beginning, though you will eventually learn to do your own ERP exercises to help manage your symptoms. Over time, the treatment will, quote unquote, retrain your brain to no longer see the object of the obsession as a threat. And it says that majority of people with OCD, about 7 out of 10, will benefit from either of these. And so I was on the medication. Do not do as I do as I say. This is the thing here. And I cold turkeyed off that shit. And that is the most dangerous thing you could probably do for it. Why did I get off of it? I didn't like taking it every single day. I didn't like feeling like my brain wasn't in control and I had to do this to do it, which is stupid because what I'm trying to do is help my brain control itself. And therapy, I've been to therapy and stuff like that. The issue with OCD in particular, treating that, even with exposure therapies, you can be like, well, how do you expose me to like thinking that I harmed somebody?
Yeah.
Or, whatever. Like I remember I was in a crowded space on a trip and we were in Seattle and at a fish market, and I nudged, like, we were in a thick crowd, and I like nudged, like, cause somebody was like right up on my ass, and I turned around and I realized like they were like holding a kid. I didn't hit either one of them, but I had to go back to that and walk through and make sure, like, did he slip and fall? Like I was there for the incident, and my brain is so like on hyperdrive that I'm like picturing it in vivid detail of like, well, this is the person, this is what happened. I need to make sure that I didn't harm somebody. And like, so like, how do you train me for that? And I'm sure there's plenty of therapists that have been able to, do that, and they go in more in depth. I'm sure it costs a pretty penny. We need better healthcare in the United States, especially for like psychological treatments, things like that. But for me, I do believe in therapy, and I do believe in going back, and I will continue to do it and everything like that. It's just a matter of like, well, you can say, all right, Todd, do this scenario. All right, look, nothing bad happened. But the minute I leave that office, who's to say the next time the bad thing doesn't happen? There's no way to stop my brain from being like, it's always this next time.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like in therapy, like something like that, where it's hard to paint a picture and make it come to fruition, like make it seem real as well, rather than being in that moment when it actually does happen.
Right.
So.
Yeah, and so it's, go to therapy, take the medication. I strongly advise it. It's just don't taper off if you're going to, but just stay on it. It's just annoying to take a pill, but if that's the least of your worries, that's great, because I did see markedly like improvements in certain things, not everything. The phrasing, the saying, the repetitive, like that doesn't stop. I never did the counting for like doors and opening and people like that, but I do have the germ stuff.
Yeah.
I try to be better about it. It's a lot of different stuff. And it's a lot of stuff to offload on a fun podcast. So sorry about that. But, what is, Todd's luck. So I like to bring Todd's luck into everything of like, if what can happen will happen, and that doesn't help with OCD. Like I already have like a this fucking sucks kind of mentality. But on the way here, I have like 300 songs on a playlist. Do you know what one of the songs played on my way here, Nate? Pearl Jam's Don't Breathe. And I was like, you're fucking kidding me. I was like, why? I haven't heard this song in so long because it shuffles through all these other ones.
Yeah.
I'm like, good, this is poetic. Thank you so much, brain. But anyway, so anything else on OCD, Nate?
I got nothing.
Okay. Well then, let's move on to the next one that I wish I identified with and not the other one, even though it's not cool, but at least I'm in control of it. And that is con artists.
Yes. Conning people and doing things.
I do have the definitions on there, but do you have anything on your?
I'll let you go for the definition.
I went to good old Merriam-Webster and the Oxford Dictionary, so two competing ones. So the first one is Merriam-Webster is a con artist is a person who tricks other people in order to get their money. That seemed reductive as like just money. Yeah. And so Oxford describes it as a man, which is also, come on, women, we know some pretty good fakes. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding, ladies. Who cheats or tricks someone by gaining their trust and persuading them to believe something that is not true, which seems more accurate for a con artist, because it doesn't always have to involve money. That's usually the main motivation.
Yeah.
But,
well, I looked up, some people, and I just picked out one.
Yep.
I picked out Sylvia Brown.
Oh, Sylvia Brown?
Yes.
Is that the book author? Is that the author?
That is, no, she's the psychic.
Is the psychic? I thought maybe she made some books too. I don't even know.
Yes.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, she was a celebrity psychic in the late 20th century who had her own radio show and made regular appearances on Monte Williams and Larry King live television shows. God. For decades, Brown made her living from communicating with the dead and helping answer questions from individuals willing to pay $700 for 30 minutes of her suspect services.
We could turn this pod into an advice pod for $700 a pop.
Right? All right, we'll get to that later here in a sec. No. So, the Spectacle Inquiry investigated Brown's various claims of the 115 cases that they were able to review. Brown's comfortable accuracy was 0%. Yeah.
Yet people bought it.
Yes, 25 of those cases showed Brown to be disturbingly wrong, with the other 90 still being unsolved despite her help. 2 of her more famously inaccurate predictions included a 2002 prediction where she told concerned parents that their son had been kidnapped and killed with his body somewhere by 2 jagged boulders. 4 years later, he was found alive. I was like, that's reassuring. In 2004.
Why did she have to go so hardcore?
Right?
He passed in his sleep is a much nicer lie.
2004, Brown again told grieving parents that their daughter was dead in water. 11 years later, the daughter was found tragically after her mother had passed away.
But not in water.
No, not in water.
Well, we found her. She was taking a bath. So sorry.
Yes. And then, people asked how she got. She didn't. At least not connected to her predictions. 200 hours of community service for investment fraud was her only notable legal trouble.
Wow.
Yes. God. So yeah, she continued her psychic readings 2013 when she passed away at the age of 77 years.
Oh, nice of her to have a nice long life.
But notably an incorrect prediction for her, as she told Larry Keane that she was going to live till she was 88.
Oh. Just shy of 11 right there. So sorry there, Sylvia.
So yeah, I was just like, it's ridiculous that people buy into those psychic
people are
things.
Desperate for answers, man.
But
yeah, do you remember Miss Cleo?
Yes. Yep, we've talked about that on the pod before.
She was a very big staple of late night television.
Yeah. So my question for you, Todd, is like, if you were to be a con artist, what would you go for? What's the easy gimmick for you think? Or what's the shtick that's going to help you con people?
I wish I had something ready for this. Con them out. Because, you want to go to money, but that's so... But what else would I want? What am I trying to con people out of their love?
Yeah.
Mother? No, I don't think I have mother issues. God, that is a fucking tough one. I could speculate on poisoning high school dances all day long, but this is way more involved of conning somebody out of something. The easiest is to learn what Sylvia did. It's all the psychics. The psychic is the easiest one because you don't actually have to prove it. And I wouldn't do what she fucked up on, obviously, is being like, well, here's a real person. Here's what happened to them. No. You always talk about the dead.
Yep. You
talk about, well, this relative wants to talk to you about it. Does the name start with an M? Yeah, they'll find somebody that starts with an M.
Exactly.
Is it a second cousin? Are they related? Yeah, they'll find somebody that's related. You can always dig down into that and be like, oh, it's getting fuzzy. We'll have to schedule another one to get into this, and then they pay you again.
Well, that's nowadays how much easier it might be, too, where back in the day, it may have been a little more challenging. You didn't have social media. Let's say you schedule an appointment. Oh, here's my info of who I'm with today. Okay, let me go to your social media. Let me look up all your relatives or anything posted. You have all the information you need there.
What would you do? Money-wise? Would you go for money?
If I went money-wise, I feel like I'd stick with what I know, and so comic books.
How would you defraud somebody out of that?
I feel like either sell someone a cheap comic that's really not worth a lot, but the way the movie mainstream and all, hey, this movie's out. This is issue number 1, even though issue number 1s don't mean shit really.
You could crinkle it up
and
or something.
So you can go through that. There's a lot of different ways that you could probably con people into that.
Okay, so you can manipulate Wikipedia entries very easily. So what I would do.
There's that too, yeah.
And they always say you work with a team sometimes. That's the best con artists have a trusted advisor or whatever. So I would get you to create the Wikipedia and update it to say that only certain issues have this marking on them.
Right. You do
that are worth this
issues,
much.
Yeah.
And then I would take one of your normal comics. We would make that marking.
Just go through with the Sharpie. Mark.
Yeah. But the thing is, we would leave it with them to read first.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, oh, there's this weird, as you see one of the pictures had a mark over the face. Yep. But then you go, oh, that's crazy. And then you somehow get them to read that Wikipedia.
Yeah.
And then they think.
That way it's them who did the research. They found it out.
You make them feel like they got to the truth first.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guys,
now.
Ignore what we just said. About to become rich.
Cut this out of the pod. Yeah, because then you would, I mean, basically, and we'll get into it in the movie, like there's the lottery ticket things, like you get, so that person would have to get that money, but you would need them to give you money first. Be like, you know what, I'm not really interested. Give me a finder's fee for helping you.
Yeah.
Like, and if they think they're going to make like 10K, well, they're going to give you probably at least 500 as like a finder's fee at the very least. So get that from them, but we're not using our real names. Yeah. And then we split the money. They go to turn this in, they get mocked.
I think I'd be bad at that point because I'd come up with a really bad name. I'd probably like, oh, hi, I'm Scrooge. Like, that's a little sus.
Last name, McDuck. What? Okay, you could have probably gotten away with the first one. Maybe. McDuck's a little on the nose. On the bill, as they say. No, that's what I would do. Speaking of, you did Sylvia Browne. I did what may be the first known scam artist. I guess so. People are called scam artists. They're called what does this one call them? A confidence trickster. So they have different names.
All right.
So this was the 17th century. A William Chaloner was a serial counterfeit coiner and confidence trickster who was imprisoned in Newgate Prison several times and eventually proven guilty of high treason by Sir Isaac Newton himself, the master of the Royal Mint. And this is the thing. Sir Isaac Newton had this man hanged at the gallows in 1699. Newton had a dude hung at the gallows by locking him up. Did not know that about Mr. I guess he's the dude with the gravity, right?
Yeah.
Gallows is perfect. Is this poetic justice from Newton? You know how things fall? And it says, Chaloner grew up in a poor family in Warwickshire, but through a career in counterfeiting and con artistry, attained great wealth, including a house in Knightsbridge, which sounds like a pretty cool place to live.
Yeah,
live in Knightsbridge.
I mean, when it comes to places to live,
Knightsbridge.
It just sounds good. Like when you look at places, you're like, oh, I live on this street. You don't want a street name that's kind of shit. You kind of like, yeah, kudos to him. All right.
There's some street names. Like there's that famous like Zizix and stuff. Like there's some ones that are like, I don't want to have to try and spell that every time.
Right.
That fucking sucks. He started by forging what they call Birmingham groats. So this is all different currency. Then moved on to guineas, French pistols, crowns and half crowns, banknotes, and lottery tickets. Even back in the 17th century.
Wow.
Apparently they had a lottery.
What was that like?
I don't know, man.
Just like a chiseled like stone or whatever.
One of the commandments chiseled in there. And here are today's lottery tickets. Get ready for this part, though. This I did not expect, especially after the Isaac Newton stuff. At various times, he also made and sold dildos. I did not see that coming. And worked as a quack doctor, a soothsayer, and a sham anti-Jacobite, aka agent provocateur, to collect government rewards. And in a biography published anonymously after his death, it was stated that scorning the petty rogueries of tricking single men, he aimed rather at imposing upon a whole kingdom. That's pretty badass for a biography.
The fact that he made dildos?
Yes. He guys that made dildos, scammed people, and then imposed upon a whole kingdom.
Yeah, and lived in a badass named place.
Yes, this guy won.
Yeah.
I mean,
he was called a confidential trickster.
Confidence trickster.
Yeah, confidence trickster.
That's a cool name, right?
Right? Yeah, yeah. That's definitely better.
Yeah. Than con man. Yeah.
Right? Con artist sounds like, oh, he's kind of a piece of shit.
Yes. Confidence trickster sounds like he's just clever.
Yeah.
Then the most famous person, I think, that have you ever heard of Charles Ponzi, aka the Ponzi scheme?
Yes.
Okay, so he was an Italian swindler and con artist who operated in the U.S. and Canada. Born and raised in Italy, he became known in the early 1920s as a swindler in North America for his money-making scheme. He promised clients a 50% profit within 45 days or 100% profit within 90 by buying discounted pollster reply coupons in other countries and redeeming them at face value in the U.S. as a form of arbitrage, which we know is now the practice of taking advantage of a difference in prices in two or more markets.
Yeah.
Which we will get into in the movie. In reality, Ponzi was paying earlier investors using the investments of later investors. So he would just wait until he got more people, pay them out with what they did. While this type of fraudulent investment scheme was not originally invented by Ponzi, it became so identified with him that it now was referred to as a Ponzi scheme. His scheme ran for just over a year before it collapsed, but it cost his investors $20 million.
I feel like that's gotta, kudos to him by making a scheme that he didn't start known as the Ponzi scheme.
Did it so fucking good.
But yeah, the fact that like it was something before, but he did it better.
Yeah.
So they named it after him.
Yeah.
I guess that's something going for him.
We need a Nate scheme. What's the Nate scheme?
Oh, we're working on it. We already talked about it, yeah. But we will be confidence tricksters.
When you see Nate on Wikipedia, I'll be rating his definition. Then there's the notable ones from current day that are still alive. Simon Leviev, a.k.a. the Tinder Swindler. Billy McFarland, a.k.a. the one responsible for Fire Festival. And Anna Sorokin, the focal point of the Netflix series Inventing Anna. Who was a German heiress, or pretending to be. And then there's a little bit thing that's how to spot a con artist according to Connecticut's Department of Banking. So, they're trying to solve this problem. Rule number 1, this feels almost like a Live Live Science list, so bear with me. Rule number 1, con artists do not like to be found. So.
What?
Shocking, Connecticut. Rule number 2, con artists dress for success.
Okay.
So if somebody's dressed nice, they're fucking you. Number 3, con artists often push poorly understood financial products. That one I can see. Yeah. You get in over your head. You think you just need to invest money. It'll turn around. These other people are smarter. We'll get it back for you. Rule number 4, con artists bring out the worst in you. So, aka skilled con artists can bring out your worst traits, particularly greed, fear, and insecurity. They want you to make that quick buck.
It's almost like it sounds like the old Nathan for you. Like, it's bad, but, it's there. What he does is...
God, TikTok guys, I was watching another one and I watched the Nathan For You feed, and man, it was him like he convinced a haunted house proprietor to get people a deadly illness for money. So you have to just watch it. Trust us on that. Number 5, con artists are fair weather friends, so they're never there to help you out when times are bad, of course, unless it's like for get rich quick. And then rule number 6, for every silver lining there is a cloud. That was the name of it. Now, what that means, though, to explain it is...
Silver lining, there's a cloud.
So it looks beautiful, but the cloud is probably bringing rain. There's probably worse things involved.
Is it saying like, oh, it's going to be shit for you, but you're going to learn a lesson?
I wish that was the case. This is supposed to be forethought, but that is after. That is hindsight. But this is like when they say like your return is guaranteed. It's too good to be true. You got to get in on the ground floor now, or you'll be left out in the cold. Like... As cool as it sounds, they're making you rush to something, so you're thinking like, oh, fuck. This looks really cool, but there's got to be some catch. Why isn't everybody doing it?
Yeah.
Which is how I missed out on the GameStop Bitcoin stuff. Rule number 7, watch out for the man from Ponzi. The payout now, 0 imminent thing, so that's a Ponzi scheme thing. And then last one, steer clear of pyramid schemes. No shit.
What?
If you know what a pyramid scheme is, do you need to tell people to clear out from it?
No shit.
But anyway.
I'm surprised if those things are still around. I guess people keep going for it.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
We had, we've had friends lost to pyramid schemes.
Yeah. I will still never forget the first time I went to a pyramid scheme thing.
Yeah?
So annoying. We're working on a project in our garage. And I was like, yeah, it's totally fine. And then out of the blue, my friend gets a call. Oh, Jesus. And he's like, oh, hey, never get a call from this guy, but he asked if we wanted to come over, hang out, and I was like, I guess we can go over. So we go over to where he's at, and it's kind of the whole dress for success.
Okay.
Big subdivision. It's like a gated community that we go into.
Well, of course, yeah.
And we get there, and everyone's dressed really nice.
What are you wearing? Just regular t-shirt and
we
shit?
are in clothes because we were working on like an art project thing. So we had like paint and all that on us. Like,
so they saw like you as like
hobos pretty much coming out of...
You were easy targets to them.
Yeah, what they thought.
Yeah, exactly.
And so pretty much we get in and they're like, hey, you guys like coffee? I'm like, no, I don't like coffee. And so like, oh, we got some hot chocolate for you. I was like, okay, sure.
Nate won't turn down hot chocolate. That's how you get Nate with a Ponzi scheme.
And a friend, he doesn't like coffee either. You look like a cream and sugar guy. Here, have a cream and sugar coffee. And he just takes it. And he's like, cool. And like, oh, if we could everyone just come in here and sit down real quick.
Oh, fuck. I would have been so out of there already.
And of course, we sat down. But the thing is, it sucked with how we sat down was I was on one side of the room. My friend was on the other side of the room.
Oh, no.
So we weren't even sitting next to each other.
They do that on purpose, probably.
We can't,
right?
Yeah. So here we are, and here goes a whole speech about fucking Organo Gold coffee.
Oh, yeah, the coffee scheme.
And they're like, yeah, we got even, Trell Davis is a part of this, like all this stuff. They're trying to like say these famous names and get people in.
That's one of their tricks.
Either way, at the end, it was like, hey, so you guys in? You good to give us some money today and we'll get you started with the package deal and all? I'm like, no, I'm good. It was just one of those awkward, like, no, we're good. We're getting out of here.
It would have been great since you were separated from your friend if you stood and slow clapped and was like, I'm all in, and just like pretended like you were fucking sold.
Oh, trust me, nowadays, if like I went into one of those, I feel like I'd probably go that
Bait
route
them.
and just like, oh my gosh, no way. And just like, well, let's get some, card information and give them a fake credit card number or whatever, and just, it's not going through. Oh, man, I'll get this. I'll get this figured out. Give me an address. Go to the
grocery store, get the gift cards.
Give me an address so I can send it to you guys.
There you go.
And then just start sending them spam shit.
I'll sign them up for everything under the sun.
Yeah.
God, what is it with coffee is always related? So when my first experience was I had a friend, like a mutual friend for people, and they were like, hey, out of the blue, phone call. Hey, let's get some coffee. It's been a long time. I haven't seen you. And I was like, okay, like, let's go to the Starbucks. I was like, okay, well, then that's fine. It's just when you go to Starbucks, have coffee with them. And I was like, I don't really want to do this. But that's like normal Todd stuff. But then I was texting the other friends, and I was like, they want to go get coffee. And then I think they had already tried the other group members. Mm-hmm. And they were like, dude, this is fucking dumb. And then, so then I texted in the back, and I was like, hey, I don't know. Are we just getting coffee? And they were like, yeah, but I think my brother is actually going to join us. Like this older brother that I've never met. And I was like, why the fuck would I sign up for that awkwardness anyway? And if you don't mind, we'll just, we'll pop into I think there's like a thing going on at the hotel next door. And I was like, so I straight up said, no, I'm not going. I don't care. And that's the last time I ever talked to that person. Like, I was like, you disrespected me so much that I don't give a shit now what you feel about me in return.
All right, this is our start of our TikTok channel, where we go into pyramid schemes and seem like we're all in.
Infiltrate the pyramid. Oh, God. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Guys, if you want to fund us, we'll start a Patreon.
Yeah.
A Patreon for pyramid schemes.
So con artists, it's an iffy thing.
Yes. People still, obviously, all the time. We had that conversation in a number of episodes back where a family member of mine was out nearly $1,000 because they thought somebody turned off the electricity, and there was the fear of hurting somebody else type thing with, if they don't have electricity, oh God, I got to get it turned on right away.
Oh yeah. And
they got him. And it was like, and this person, it was like, that's embarrassing because I feel like I'm smarter than that. Like I never thought I would ever get caught on that. Yeah. They always go after, and this wasn't the case with that one, but they usually go after vulnerable people. Like it's a lot of the elderly they go after because they're always like, oh, your grandson's in trouble or something. And they're just like, oh, cool, I'll give you my money. Yeah. It's all in good faith. And that's why these scams are extra fucking assholes.
Yes.
And again, I talked about him way back in the day, but go watch Kit Boga. Kitboga. He's so good. And his entire purpose is to keep them on the line so long that they don't have time to go call other people and fuck them out of money.
Yeah.
And he just pretends.
And he does a great job.
His old lady, old man voice. And he's just doing it. He has these scenarios where he's like driving in the car, he's the sound effects ready because they always want him to buy gift cards. And then he redeems them to his own account and they scream on the phone. They're like, fuck you. And he's like, what? They get so mad. Like, I'll piss on your grave, I'll kill you. And he's like, wow, okay, man.
Yes.
So go again. That's another recommendation.
Yeah.
Does that take us out of themes?
It does.
Whew. Back to a movie about con artists, which we didn't say the other name for con artists is Matchstick Men.
Yes.
You ready for this?
Yes, I am.
Oh, it is. So that the movie is 2003's
Matchstick Men.
Heck yes. Do you have the director and everything, or do you want me to pop through that?
Yeah, go through it. I'm pulling it up.
He's doing it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. So directed by Ridley Scott.
Yeah.
Did you see that one coming?
No.
Okay. It is obviously Ridley Scott, fucking famous. He's he made one of our most liked movie between two of us, and that's Blade Runner 2049, obviously the original Blade Runner 2.
Yes.
Alien, Legend, Thelma and Louise, Gladiator, The Martian, and then some questionable Alien sequels. But overall, his track record is fucking great.
It is. He's made a lot of good stuff, and
usually it's sci-fi and stuff. This is very much different.
Yeah.
But I mean, it has great performances, starring Nicolas Cage as Roy Waller, Sam Rockwell, one of our favorites, as Frank Mercer, Alison Lohman as Angela, Bruce Altman as Dr. Klein, and Bruce McGill as Chuck Frechette. And I pulled this from IMDb.
Okay.
It is a phobic con artist and his protege are on the verge of pulling off a lucrative swindle when the former's teenage daughter arrives unexpectedly.
Simple enough.
Yeah. Is this the first time you've ever seen this movie?
Yes. Real quick. Ridley Scott did not direct 2049.
Fuck.
It was Dennis
Villeneuve.
Yeah.
God damn it.
But, I mean, he kind of helped create that world.
I think
to
he
get
produced
it there.
and stuff. Yeah. So, way off, guys. Dennis Villeneuve, right? He did Blade Runner 2049. Why did I think he did? I don't know. I was in Ridley Scott hype mode earlier, and I looked up all of his stuff. Anyway, did list 2049. He might have been a producer.
Yeah.
But definitely, obviously, yeah, Blade Runner, which is also good. And that whole aesthetic is why 2049 performed so well. So credit where credit is due. It is Dennis, but Ridley Scott also has some bangers in there.
Yes. Yeah. So, yeah, first time for me watching this movie.
Yep.
Didn't know what to expect. And it was really good. It's one of those where the two main actors in there,
solid.
They just fit so perfect with Nicolas Cage's character having the OCD and like the way he reacts with everything. Mm-hmm. He does a good job of that. And then Sam Rockwell just being the charismatic guy that he is.
Like a pestering charismatic asshole.
He does great in the whole like opening monologue scene of just calling the people and trying to scam them into the prize that they won.
Yep.
Yeah.
What'd you think about the performance of Alison Lohman and some of the side people?
She was really well done. Like, she did a great job in there. And it's weird because, like, she came into the role as she's like 23 when this movie came out.
Yes.
Playing a 14-year-old or whatever.
Yep.
I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
I thought she was a young kid.
Yeah.
So kudos to the makeup department.
Casting director, the costume
designers.
Yes,
exactly. And then Bruce Altman.
Yep, as Dr. Klein,
Yeah, he did a great job as just playing a therapist.
And Bruce McGill, he's just like, dude, that guy plays
in that
evil
role so well.
Yeah.
He really does.
Yeah.
That's a casting type for sure.
Yes, for sure. No, yeah, I obviously really like it. I remember seeing it back nearly 20 years ago and really enjoying it. It is a very surprising movie.
Yes.
And you'll see what we mean as we get through it. But it is I just the scene, the shots, the acting is it's very well put together. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. Should we get into spoilers?
We can.
Spoiler. Alert. Yeah. Plot point 1, Nate?
Yeah.
OCD and short cons.
Yes. So yeah, movie starts out with Sam Rockwell on the phone, conning a lady on the phone for a prize that she won.
Yep, for like a water filtration kit. And...
yeah, something like that. But it's like, oh, well, you won this prize, but in order to get this prize, if you pay this, you don't have to pay the taxes. So he's kind of playing it off like, you pay for it, you don't have to worry about it.
But the deal, she's signed up for a prize if she does it right. She's guaranteed to get one of the 3, like, great fucking prize. I don't know how she believes this, but again, you're preying on people's like, oh, I have good luck, I won something.
Yes.
Yeah.
And as that's going on, it kind of goes into Nicolas Cage and kind of gives a little OCD for him, like as he's going through his house.
Yeah, we really get established with Roy as he's opening, closing doors 3 times. Mm-hmm. He has to do that. He doesn't put shoes on the carpet. He's like picking up little fibers off the carpet.
Yep.
Everything is like fucking clean as a whistle and organized. He doesn't keep the doors open. He's like afraid of sunlight. But it's like the dust and atmosphere that comes in. Like when you see a beam of light and you can see the dust floating.
Yeah.
We all know that's fucking gross just in general. But he's like, he cannot deal with it at all. And I think he has actually way more than OCD because his tics are very aggressive and it's almost like Tourette's in a way. The way he kind of like
he has
acts
like
and
a wink the entire time throughout the entire movie.
Yep.
And that's one where I'm like, just being an actor and like continuing that wink the entire time, and you got to deliver your lines and be in this character. I feel like great job for him.
Yeah, fucking Nick Cage, man. Yeah. So a quick note: he eats a lot of tuna fish.
Yes, it's like the same meal he has every night, pretty much.
Which bothered me because I just, for the first time in years, bought some cans of tuna, and I was eating a tuna sandwich today, and then I was like, well, full circle. And then they show like how in depth his OCD is with like he sees 2 leaves or something in his pool outside.
Yes,
he scoops them up and then he puts them in the garbage disposal.
Yeah,
what is that?
He destroys them. Never wants to see him again.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it had to be done.
Yeah.
Which is, and so then we get back to the office.
Yep. And once he gets to office, that's when kind of Sam Rockwell hands the phone over to him to kind of seal the deal for the whole con artist thing.
Yeah, it's very much like almost like boiler room, like the stock market's like, here's, talk to my manager, and they'll give you that confidence that there's more people here and they're all together. Why would a bunch of people scam me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, it makes sense. And as that goes on, they get the deal, they're done. And then from there, they start driving over, and they're driving to the lady's house. Yep.
So what is the scam that they're pulling here?
It's pretty much getting money.
Yeah, it's the money one. Like, so she has to give a courier a check for $350. Then they take it, and then you get the prize. So she could win a trip to like Paris, and it's like, well, that's worth it. Yeah. $350, I'll do that. You also get the water filtration system, whatever. So that's the first con. They get the money out of it because that water filtration thing is like $50.
Yeah.
And so they're already making money, but they doubled down on this con.
Yes, exactly.
By showing up as FBI agents.
Yeah, and then they scam her husband.
Yes.
And she, like, her husband's a kind of asshole. It's like, I can't believe you fucking fell for this. And like,
ego.
He's just like, I would have never fallen for this. Right. I'm a man, so I am way better than you. So they con him into pretty much doing an investigation thing or whatever.
Yeah, because she sent the check, and they're like, well, we need to be able to trace this check, so we need your banking information. So he hands over all that shit, signs it off, and then they just bilk him out of that.
Exactly. And during this process, he like opens the door.
Yeah, she does.
And this is where Nicolas Cage kind of, you see more of those OCD tics kind of come into play, and he kind of freezes up and stops in this moment.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of surprised Sam Rockwell didn't like
cover for him,
which was always kind of like, okay, it's weird. This is your partner. You're about to lose maybe a sale or something's going to happen. So
I wonder if it's because Roy's been doing it for so long that he's like, well, even if he does have this, he's still like answering questions, but they're like, is he all right? Because he definitely looks like he's like a deer in the headlights at some points. Yeah. Rockwell, his character, Frank, is like antagonistic to Roy's OCD.
Yeah.
He pushes his buttons. I mean, even when they get into the car to go over, he puts his feet right up on the dash, and he knows that's not going to be kosher with Nicholas.
Oh, yeah. He's definitely pushing him at this point.
Yeah. So, and then we kind of a couple things they show us is a doggy piggy bank.
Yes.
And he opens it. It's in his living room, Roy's, and there's a gun and a lot of cash in it, like 4K or something like that. And then Frank asks him in the office to do a long con of this guy, Chuck. To like, hey, let's get him out of a lot of money. This guy's a fish on the hook. We can totally do it. And Roy's like, nah, don't want to do it.
Yeah.
And then he runs out of meds.
Yes, he does. And from there, this is kind of where Frank puts him onto another therapist. Yeah,
because he's cleaning like crazy.
Yes.
The phone calls that Frank does, they're very funny. Because Sam Rockwell keeps calling me. He's like, hey, man, my spleen's hurt. I think I'm dying. I can't feel my thumbs. Call me back. And he's like, this other one's like, he's like, I'm watching Univision. I can't understand what's going on. What they're saying. It's just the stupidest shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's cleaning like he's under the glass table, scrubbing furiously. Like it's gone out of control. He can't control needing to clean all this stuff.
Exactly. And so from there, he goes to the new therapist at this point.
Dr. Klein.
And he starts meeting with him and talking with him. And he's kind of like, I know how this works. I just need the pills. Like, that's the main thing he's there for, is just the pills, not the talk or anything like that.
I like his dialogue with the doctor. Like, he's just like, yeah. He does like this dismissive, okay, now can you just give me we've done this, so can you just give me the pills? And what I like to call plot point 2, Dr. Klein and Angela.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he's at Dr. Klein's, and the guy's like, dude, I'm not going to give you these pills unless we talk. I need to have you keep coming in to keep getting the pills.
Yep. And so he kind of pries for information about him and like, oh, he had a past, significant other at that point, and finds out that, oh, well, he hit her and she was pregnant at the time and they left. Yep. And so he has a 14-year-old out there.
He thinks he's not sure if he does,
that he is unaware of.
Yep.
And so from there, he gets the pills.
These like little blue pills. He can't get the original ones because they're illegal.
Yeah.
I wish I knew what these fucking pills were that he had.
Well, yeah, the ones that he had. But apparently, like someone said, I think on the trivia or whatever, it was like, oh, it was just Benadryl.
Probably.
That's all it was.
Because they're pink pills.
Yeah.
But in the movie, we think they're like some awesome pills or whatever.
And so the new ones, he's like, oh, these ones are new, over the counter. It's not something that have to be subscribed. You can't just go out and buy it.
Yeah, the doctor has to give him these, but they're not like, he doesn't have to get them illegally or whatever.
Yeah.
And his doctor is like out of the country or gone, like, so he can't get the old ones now.
Yeah.
And then we meet Angela.
Yeah, and it's such a weird and awkward moment of him. He's up in a park.
Yes.
And he's just like watching all these people. Then there's like these two girls that walk by and he kind of waves like, oh, this is... Oh, okay, no, maybe that's not her.
It's not my daughter. They laugh at him.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
He's just so awkward in his car. And then finally, Angela goes by on the skateboard.
Yeah.
And from there, he confronts her and they kind of figure out, oh, you're Angela. Oh, you're my dad. Okay.
Yeah. But she's, pigtails, braces, like skateboarding. She's not as obnoxious again as the Black Adam kids.
That's exactly what I thought when I was watching this.
When I rewatched, I was like, please don't skateboard through the whole movie. She does not. No. It's just this scene, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's very touching. Like she cries. It's like he's kind of like, oh, he's a fish out of water with this for sure. Like he's never thought he's gonna have to like that he had a kid, realizes it, sees her, and is having to deal with all this. He does smoke a lot, and I questioned whether that was good for an OCD person of his nature.
I don't know. There was just a lot of smoking in general in this movie.
Yes.
I was just like, oh my gosh. It's just like every scene, there is a cigarette being lit up or put out and then relit another one. Yeah.
But it's like, there's ashes everywhere. He's smoking in his home. That can't be clean.
No.
For somebody that meticulous.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, that's got to be way more dangerous for you. Like, you would think, like, my clean body, it's in my lungs. Like, if I can't handle the dust in the air, I can't be... That's the only part I'm like, that's a weird like concession he's made in his life, but whatever. That's an aside. And then they're hiding this all from the mom.
Yes,
she's like, mom's probably not cool with this. Obviously, you guys had a very bad falling out.
Yeah,
and you weren't in my life for the last 14 years. So drop me off in front of the house. You never get to see the mom. Like we have to keep this a secret from her.
Makes sense. You know, it's one of those things where he doesn't have full custody of her.
Yes,
and this is all behind her back where. This could totally fuck up his career as a con artist, too.
Yep.
Where all of a sudden he's put out as a suspect and he's now on trial, anything like that. His job's lost at that point.
Yeah. It's like Spider-Man with like Mary Jane. You don't want to like marry her and stuff, right? Because then she's involved. The villains come after her.
Yeah.
And then I think Roy's like feeling more alive. Like from all this, like he's like the daughter, he had a really good time. And now he's like, Frank, I'm all in on conning your friend.
Yeah.
And so that's where this whole thing starts.
Yep.
And Bruce McGill, one of the main traits we get to see of why he's a douchebag are like worthy of conning because he never tips anybody.
Yes. it was great because it happened at the boat area first or whatever.
Oh, was it when he had his car cleaned and stuff?
Yeah, his car cleaned. That's right. His car cleaned and then the valet parking.
Yeah.
Was the other point.
Fucker didn't tip again.
Yeah, exactly. And it's funny because like at that point you're like, yeah, he's justified.
Yeah. Fucking scam him. He's just doing it just because he's an asshole.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a whole like scene of Nicolas Cage trying to figure out what to wear. And
I love that. Yeah.
How to figure out what's going to be the best betrayal to get him on board.
Yes.
He's even going through like glasses and all that
How
too.
How many pairs of fake glasses he has?
Oh yeah, he's got a shit ton.
Yeah.
At this point, he goes to a bank as well to help pull out the money for this con, where it's foreign currency. Yeah,
so his deposit box, so he has to sign in and then use a PIN number to get into it. And she always asks him, like, booth? And he's like, no, I need a booth. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to stand here. But inside that box, I think they mentioned it's like $1 million, but it's in euros and American cash. Like, he's stacked.
Oh, yeah, he is.
Yeah.
Not including the dog that he has at home.
With the extra cash, yeah.
So he pulls that out, and then they end up meeting at the strip club, Frank and
Chuck and Roy.
Yep.
And it's the Spearmint Rhino. You ever heard of that place?
Nope.
Really? It's like the most famous strip club. Oh. It's in Vegas.
Okay.
It is. I've always wanted to go. I always end up going to places legitimately called the Bus Stop, Jumbo's Clown Room, and the Clown Den. Like, why are there clowns so much involved in strip club names?
Did you go to Circus or something?
No. Some of these are like in the middle of nowhere. Actually, all three of those are, I mean, one of them's in LA. But some of these are just like middle of nowhere. It's embarrassing.
So the clown ones were in Vegas. The non-clown one was in LA.
The Jumbo's Clown Room was LA.
Oh.
I think the Clown's Den is Wyoming. And the Bus Stop, I think, was like Longmont. I'm not sure on that one.
Okay, I was like, the Bus Stop sounds familiar because I had a coworker talking about that, so it makes sense now.
I take the bus to work every day. But anyway, yeah, it's a high class strip club, and this is where they get Chuck on the hook, like passing money, pretending to be all sly and stuff. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, pretty much. From there, he comes over. He's interested. He's like, I'm in on this. I want to know what's going on.
Yep.
So they set up another meeting for him to kind of get him in more cahoots with them.
Yep. And meantime, this movie does cut back to a lot of bonding shots between Roy and Angela.
Yes.
Like they're getting pizza. It's always the same delivery driver.
But it's weird, like this movie, it's kind of one of those where both storylines you're invested in.
Yes.
Because when you get out of the con artist, you're like, oh, what's going on with Angela? Like, how's this, relationship going with her?
Yep.
And you're more curious about that as the movie goes on.
Yeah, because she just shows up out of the blue for him again at his home and is like, hey, we had a fight, my mom and I, so I'm going to stay here for a while. And she's like, is that okay? He's like, yeah, he's trying to be a really good dad, and he is a good dad. And I mean, for what where he gets to interact with her in this, and like he's trying to cook her dinner and make breakfast, and like they're just joking and they're having a good time.
I like how he creates like this really fancy like spaghetti dish or whatever.
Yes.
And she's like, no, I don't like it. And just ends up ordering pizza.
Yeah, he just gets a couple pizzas.
But he still has his can of tuna.
Yeah. I think did he eat any pizza with her?
I don't think so. I think he's still stuck with his tuna.
I hope he did, Roy. We'll look back.
Yeah.
I'll look back in 20 years or so. No, it's a great movie. Watch it. But then he also goes to Dr. Klein, and Dr. Klein, like, he's like, I don't know what to do. I have this daughter. What am I supposed to do? And he's like, just try to be as open and honest with them as possible. And you're like, okay, cool. Like, he's like trying to give him legit advice, learn about her, or vice versa. Like, let her learn about you. Like, don't be so closed off.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But
I got nothing else for that.
You looked at me like you're like, I'm ready. So that, as we said, the scam continues with Chuck, and this is the scam for him. So we talked about the arbitrage or whatever. It's the money conversion rate. So Roy, quote unquote, works in the currency exchange department at a bank. He skims off the top of different accounts, something no one will ever see. Yeah. And then he says, I can't turn this stuff in and change it over to American cash. Like, I got these euros. And so Chuck will give the American cash. Or no, I'm sorry, Roy will give Chuck... Hold on. Let me reread this. I'm not going to cut this out. We're going back in, guys. So we skimmed off the top. So with that extra money, Roy will give Chuck the euros, like 5K in euros. And then Chuck will give Roy 5K in American cash. And he's like, well, when you go trade that in, you're going to make like $2,500 because the conversion rate is better. So we'll just keep doing this. No one's out anything. We'll just make extra easy cash.
Currency exchange, all that.
Yeah. So, God, why is this that was way more confusing in my brain. It's written out in front of me. But then they're like, so we're going to increase the amount. And the scam is then you give us 80K in American cash. We'll give you 80K in euros. But when they do the drop off, we're going to switch the suitcases. So you get nothing. Exactly. And we get 160K back.
One of those where you show them, but try to be real sly and real quick and make sure he doesn't notice.
Yeah, you've already got him to scam you. Like, you're already helping him scam somebody else, so he's now in. And then you're going to double scam. It's always like that extra layer they throw on top of it. Yeah. And then plot point for you, Nate. Free. A new protege and the airport fuck up.
Yes. So from this point, you get more of that bonding experience with Angela.
Yep.
And as it's going, she's more curious about what her dad does.
Yep.
She's like, well, what do you do? What do you do? Antiques. I'm dealing with antiques. Then finally lets the bean spill. Okay, I'm a con artist.
Yes.
So she wants to learn the ways.
Dude, to get him to do that, though, God, that was so cringeworthy. You can tell while he's like trying to brush his teeth, and she's like, tell me how to do it. No, I'm not going to. Well, what if I tell you about all the guys I've been? And he's like, don't do that. She's like, whoa, I went to this party, and she's like, okay, I can tell you. Like, you can do one scam with me. Yeah. God damn.
And so they go to a laundromat where they buy a lotto ticket.
Yep.
That they kind of scratched off the date or whatever to make it look like it was yesterday's ticket.
Right. Yeah. So, I mean, basically, the lottery ticket scam, I think, is a very common one. And people have, I think there was even a Wikipedia thing on there. I didn't click on it. But then the government will know what I'm up to.
Oh, Todd, what's that fell out of your pocket? Is that a lotto ticket?
Right. So the laundry lady con goes is like, you get a lottery ticket and use the numbers from the last night's drawing, whatever happened, and you change one number on that. And then you go and have it printed out by the cashier or whatever. And then you scratch off the date just a bit. So it's like questionable of like when this was printed. And then they crinkled it up and stuff. And they take it to the laundromat purposely because you can act like, oh, it went through the wash. That's why it's a little worn out. And then you get somebody to quote unquote see it, which is the laundry lady. So Angela drops it. And the lady at the laundromat's like, oh, what is this? We should probably see if it's a winner. And it's like, oh, just missed it by one. And then
Nicolas Cage is sitting there and he has a newspaper and he's like, oh, you still win money if you're off by just one number.
It's that extra person, man. It helps.
So they go to a phone booth.
What is that?
All right.
Should we do a whole theme on phone booths?
That would have been a Nate theme, honestly.
I'm like, God damn it. That was like one scene, man.
But yeah, they go to a phone booth. They call a number on the back of the lotto ticket and it's like, hey, you won $600.
Yep.
And so they're all giddy and very excited. And she's like, oh, listen, I'm not even 18. I can't play, you know. And the lady's like, all right, fine, here, I'll give you. She goes to ATM.
Yeah, we're 50-50. She's and she's a great actress. I can't remember. I should have looked up her name. She's a famous one.
And she pulls out $300. Gives her $300.
Yep.
And she goes to the car. Angela's like, fuck yeah, she's high. Like, I got this. Like, just high on that moment, that adrenaline. And then Nicolas Cage is like, that's great. Awesome job. Now go give it back. She's like, what? She's like, yeah. all right, I'm your father still, and you need to do the right thing and go give her that money back.
I told you I'd teach you a scam, but not that you get away with it.
Yes. At that moment, I was like, oh shit, he's really going there.
Yeah.
And like, so you look at Nicolas Cage and him being a con artist, he believes in what he is doing is right.
Yes, even though he's fucked over similar, very nice, super nice people.
But yeah, in his eyes, he's doing what's right.
But he's not like, he's doing what's right, but he's not like a total good guy.
Yeah.
He's not a total shit. There's like limits to it. It's like, it's that honor among thieves type shit.
Yes. And so later on, they're hanging out, having dinner, and the whole plan is to do the final drop, the switch of the money, the euros and American currency.
At the airport.
And Nick gets a call from Frank. Hey, it's happening now. We need to do this right now.
Yep.
He's like, what? Are you serious? He's like, yeah, he's getting ready to get on his plane. So he needs the money right now. And he's at dinner with his daughter, Angela. So they're
bowling.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so from there, they have to real quick run to the airport and
she has to be part of the
exchange.
Scam.
Yes.
Because one part of the exchange is like somebody has to cause a distraction so that everybody looks away from the booth, gives Nicolas Cage time to swap out the suitcases. But because it's such last minute, and they can't call on their guy to make the what they call him, like he's like the hobo and he's like homeless Phil or whatever. Yeah. Like, I can't have him do that right now. So he has to get another person. He's like, well, Angela's with me. Mm-hmm. We'll have her be the distraction person. So they do stop by the bank. Yeah. And she gets like a guest signature to get into there, but he's like, you don't get to see the pin.
Yeah.
Like,
it's weird because like, he just gives her like, hey, let's sign up another person on my account, whatever. Yeah. And he's just very willing at that point. I mean, she can't get into it because she can't get the pin. So he's probably like, that's fine, whatever. Yeah.
But yeah, and he always says to her, wait here. And then she immediately follows. So that's like part of her character trait. Yeah. She just follows him wherever he's going. She
wants to be with her father, right?
Yeah. Exactly. So then they go to the airport and Chuck is sitting on the wrong side of the fucking booth.
And so he comes up limping like, oh, I strained my back doing yoga or something like that.
Yep.
And so get him to switch out on the booth to where Frank and him are sitting in chairs and Nicolas Cage is sitting in the booth part.
Yeah, so because the briefcase is right behind him for that quick swap. I love when they're faking that at first, when he's like trying to like, he's with Frank and he's like just trying to switch it really quick. He's like practicing. Yeah. He's doing it really good.
He's trying to be quick about it.
I was like, odd that would be walking around in that airport and seeing that happen.
Yeah. And so this is where the distraction comes in because they kind of confirm, okay, each of them have the money.
Yep.
They swapped the gym bag and the briefcase.
Yep.
And then from there, this is where Angela has like an outburst at the bar area.
Yeah. Even throws a glass down. Like she went all out. Yeah.
And so he looks away and he's able to get the switch in.
Yep.
So from there, they kind of go their separate ways. He tells Frank, hey, walk with him to the flight.
Yep.
And as they walk away, they get back to the car and lo and behold, who comes knocking on that car?
Dude, that is such an abrupt one, too, because they're, again, like, after her first scam, they're, like, super happy. They're like, yeah, well, we did it. And then, boom, the briefcase hits the window, and he's like, wah! The dude, Bruce McGill, is just going at them.
Yes.
He's intimidating.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Losing out on that much money?
$80K, you think? Yeah. And so he chases them through the entire parking garage down, and then, like, just barely almost catches up to him as they're escaping through the ticket booth. Photo finish, yeah. But what a great performance, because he looks, like, furious when he's running out to the street after them.
Yep. And as that happens, they get back to their home.
Well, they meet with Frank.
That's right,
And this is where we find out that...
Angela has a record of some sort.
Yeah, she had, like, somebody tried to assault her, I think, and she attacked them, so she has a record. So she's not... They're like, she's not a bad person, but she has a record.
Yeah, it was stealing a pack of gum.
And he said something like, he tried to grope me or something like that.
Yeah, and then after that, because, he's like, there's no way they would have called the cops if you just stole a pack of gum.
Right.
And then security got involved, and
Yeah, because Roy and Frank are like, well, this guy can't find us. We used aliases. We're not on the records. No one can, he can't trace our fingerprints or whatever. But Angela is on the book, so he tries to distance himself.
Yes.
Breaks her heart.
Ah, so sad.
So sad. Yep, and then... Yeah, so sad. So we jump quickly to one of my favorite scenes, and it's very brief, and it's Roy, Nicolas Cage, at the pharmacy trying to get a refill on this prescription.
Yes.
Because he can't get a hold of Dr. Klein.
I love the fact that he cuts in line.
And then,
yeah, oh yeah. No, I know
do you too?
Yeah.
Dude, you can read the quote. It's fucking, this is a Nick Cage moment.
Yes.
It's so funny. I laughed so many times watching this.
So yeah. There's a guy in line that's like, the pharmacist says, wait your turn.
Yep.
He's like, I know, but this is an emergency. And then the guy in line, hey, buddy, ever heard of a line? And then Roy turns around, hey, have you ever heard of been dragged to the sidewalk and beaten till you pissed blood?
I love it, dude. Because it's the crazy Nicolas Cage eyes.
Yes.
Hey, you ever been dragged to the sidewalk and beaten until you pissed blood? And he like screams it. The guy's like, okay, man.
It's like, all right, fuck, I'm not going to fuck with this guy.
It's the delivery.
And then he gets called back to the other farmers. But I like how he's like, I'm so sorry. Like, he apologizes to him. He's like, I realized what I did. I'm sorry. It's emergency.
I'm freaking
And then this is
man.
where he finds out the pills are just stuff you find on the shelf. And
menopause supplements.
yes, exactly. It's not even...
placebos.
Yeah.
I mean, technically they're placebos for him. And then so he goes to Dr. Klein, and Dr. Klein's like, you don't obviously need them. You were much better.
Yeah.
And he was like, you didn't, it was like, it worked. It mentally got to you and you were feeling good and you were having a good time. I was just giving you fucking menopause tablets, man. Like, you were good. And he's like, and then it's when he finds out, like, hey, you're also a criminal, right? Because, I had my foot up on this antique stool and you didn't say a goddamn thing. Because we forgot to mention Roy tells everybody he's an antique dealer. That's his whole party line. Like, this is what I do. And it's like, you would have known that. Like my, like IT guy or whatever said, dude, that's fucking antique. Like, people know.
Everyone cringes at it, but you didn't.
Yeah. So he apologized to Angela for kicking her, like being like, hey, I can't be around you. You're bad for business. And then he quits the con artist lifestyle.
Yes.
Which leads us into the final plot point, and that is the gun and the longest of cons.
Yes.
So Nate, they have another awesome night of bonding and dancing at dinner, and then they get home.
And from there, that's where they find Frank beaten up.
Yes.
On the floor.
Yes.
Yeah. So, find out he didn't go on his plane.
Nope. Chuck is in the apartment holding a gun to them and has apparently beaten the shit out of Frank.
Yes, exactly. And so, Chuck just wants his money. That's all it is. So, he's trying to figure out a way like, hey, you're going to keep doing this con business, but I'm getting 50%.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, well, I'll get you money right now, $4,000 in the dog.
Yep.
So Angela goes to get the money, but she pulls the gun out from the dog.
And what I love right before that is how good Nick Cage is as like a father or whatever, because he's like, you go get it. Run, Angela, run. Like, get out. He's like trying to save her.
He's putting his life in danger just so that way she could hopefully escape.
Yes, his entire motivation now is to protect Angela.
Yep.
And then she shows up with the gun that was in the dog.
And shaking, just nerve-wracking, like, oh my gosh, I have a gun. And Chuck's like, you're not going to shoot that. You don't even know how to shoot it. And shoots him right in the stomach.
Yep. Drops that motherfucker.
Yeah. And so from there, they pretty much go on the run.
Yeah.
So Sam Rockwell takes her, right?
Yeah, well, that's, so, they go out to the car or whatever, and this is where Roy's like, hey, I shot him, Angela.
Yes.
Right? Isn't that right, Frank? Who shot him? He's like, yeah, you shot him, Roy.
Yeah.
Which is another great, like, moment for Nick Cage. Yes. He's like, I just need you to get her out of here. So they do leave.
Yep.
And then Roy goes back to, I guess, dispose of the body.
Yes. But he's gone at that moment, and pretty much from behind just kicks his ass.
Cold cocked, man. Knocked right the fuck out.
Yep.
And then he wakes up in a really shitty a really shitty hospital room.
Yes, and with two detectives there.
Yep, little FBI agents grilling him.
Right, and so they're just trying to figure out where the money is, all this shit, like, what's he been doing?
Yep.
He's not giving any information. He pleads, I want to talk to my shrink.
Yeah, because he's handcuffed to the bed. He's like, I have no options. Patient confidentiality he's going with. Like, I can talk to this guy and you guys have to leave the room, which they do. So Dr. Klein comes in and he speaks to him, and he's like, just protecting Angela again. He's like, I can't let them get to her. Here's my PIN number. Go. And that's funny, kind of like they're trying to, like, what is the number? And cover your mouth. God damn. Like, here's the PIN number. And the agents are trying to listen in on the other side or whatever. And so he gives the PIN number to be like, give this money to Angela, let Angela escape, and just like leave the country, whatever the fuck. Get out of here. And you can do whatever you want to me, I guess. Yeah.
And so after that happens, he finally gets out of the bed, and as he gets out of his hospital room, it's a shitty kind of container just
on top of a building.
Yeah,
like an electronics room or something.
It's almost like, it reminds me of like construction buildings when they're building a new project,
like a modular or something.
Yes, and he just walks out and he realizes he's been conned. At that moment,
there was no FBI agents. They were there, but they weren't FBI agents. It's fucking amazing reveal. So if you haven't watched the movie, we should have said this at the beginning.
Yes.
Fuck. God damn it. Well, you've heard all this now. This is the longest of cons.
Mm-hmm.
And it just this is what makes this movie so memorable.
Yes.
Is that you're like, oh no, your heart sinks. Everything's like, oh shit, how deep is this? So he's out there and his ass is flailing in the wind, in his little medical gown. But then he goes to Dr. Klein's office.
Nothing.
Like the name's ripped off the wall. Everything's cleaned out.
Goes to Frank's house. Cleaned.
Yeah, everything's gone.
Everything's gone there.
He goes to the safety deposit box.
Mm-hmm.
Gone.
Cleaned out.
Cleaned. And so then he finally goes to the ex-wife's house to find Angela.
And finds Angela, and she was like, hey.
Well, he finds the mom.
Oh, yeah. And she's like, what's going on?
Another great actress, by the way.
Yeah. And he's like, where's Angela? And she's like, who?
Ugh.
And you're just like, ah, shit, she was in on it.
Yeah.
And you find out.
She had a miscarriage.
Yeah. So he doesn't have a kid at all.
Fucking played from
and
the
so
beginning.
he just laughs at that moment, realizing that he himself has been conned.
He loses his goddamn mind for a second, I'm sure.
Yes.
What did you think about that, Nate? Since I'd seen this, I obviously knew what was coming, but
I was wondering about it kind of throughout the movie. I was like, is she really? Is she not? Just because the whole never seen the mother.
Right.
Never like.
She was kept at a distance a little bit.
Yeah.
But she's such a great actress.
Yeah. No, honestly, it was a great job because throughout the movie, though, you don't. You still oh no, that's his daughter. He's actually in love. You want it to pan out that way because of how he is. He's kind of become the hero in a sense in this movie.
He feels so good. He's the best he's ever felt in his fucking life.
Yep. And so it just sucks.
Oh man.
So then it kind of jumps to 1 year later.
And what's Roy doing now?
He's selling carpet.
Yep. He's at a carpet firm or whatever.
And so it's kind of weird because it jumps to 1 year later and you're like, okay, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
The carpet, hey, you got your salesman. You're like, okay, is he conning people here? What's the deal?
Seems pretty legit now.
And a guy comes in to buy carpet, and
who's the guy from Cabin of the Woods?
Yes,
the funny guy. Yeah.
And lo and behold, his girlfriend that comes in is Angela.
Yep, she's got very much cleavage, dark hair.
Oh yeah.
So she's, just like the real actress, she was probably in her early 20s when he was conning her, pretending to be 14.
Yeah.
And you're like, God damn.
Yep. Oh, yeah, 100%. It was one of those two, when she came in, I'm like, she's not 14, is she?
No.
Oh, no. This feels weird all of a sudden.
Because immediately you're like, that's just cleavage, but she's supposed to be...
Yeah.
But, you get the gimmick pretty quick.
Exactly.
And you start questioning, is she fucking scamming this guy? But out of carpet?
Yeah.
I don't think she is. She says she wasn't. I believed her.
Yeah. And she kind of claims, she got screwed over by Frank as well, where she didn't get as much money.
Yep.
As much as the cut. And... It's interesting in this moment because Nicolas Cage doesn't do anything about it. He's not angry, and I think because
he respects the hustle almost.
Oh yeah, he does. And later on, he goes home to the girl that was at the grocery store.
We forgot to talk about
movie.
Kathy. He keeps going to the same grocery store. He goes through her line.
He waits in the longer lines even to go through her line.
They always flirt, but he never makes a commitment thing.
And he goes home to her.
Yep.
Who is pregnant at that moment.
Yep.
So he doesn't pretty much want to throw everything away for what he has now.
Maybe some petty revenge or something. Yeah. It's a great final kind of confrontation. Maybe it's not a confrontation, but conversation with her. And it's just so casual. And he's still trying to play fatherly. He's like, make sure you do this and be careful. And she's like, okay, Dad. And she's like, don't you want to know my real name? And he's like, I already know. I don't need to know more. This is who you are to me. They have a nice little thing. Yeah. And then it's like, oh, look, he has a family, or he's starting a family with a person he's always flirted with all these years. He's back to some semblance of not as stressful life.
Yep.
So it's
exactly.
Yeah, and then it's over.
Yeah. Good movie though. Yeah. Good ride. Just everything. Good twist in there that you don't expect. Because like I said earlier in the movie, when you have Angela and his bond going forward, you're like, oh, this is really great. Yes. You kind of forget about the con that's going on the side. Right. And that becomes the big side story.
Yep.
It starts out as the main thing they're going for, but then you're like, I don't care about that.
Yep. It's always the con within a con.
Yeah.
And I love that the entire movie called Matchstick Men is about a giant con for the viewer.
Yes.
And so I was trying to think, I was like, you watching, it's you get the blown away moment of oh, fuck, I'm watching it. It's such a different movie rewatching it. Because you're looking at every single moment and every single interaction is a play against Roy. Everybody's fucking him. Everything is this hello, this conversation, the arrival, the coincidence. It's all them setting it up.
That's where at the beginning, you had Frank, who wouldn't help him out when the door was open and all that. And going in and leaving his shoes on the carpet, all that, you look at it as that's him trying to push him to get to a new therapist or shrink and all that that he can recommend. So it's all a ploy that he's going for again.
Yeah, and it is a super long con because they have to wait for so many things to naturally happen. Like, what if he hadn't knocked his pills into the water? Oh, yeah. Because that was Nicolas Cage that did it by himself cleaning. They didn't know he was going to knock his pills in.
The big thing they had hope on, too, is Angela being likable for him, too.
That's true.
That he was actually like, oh, yeah, this is great. We're hitting it off.
Yep.
Like, that's the big one, because there's no second chance of no second kid, possibly.
No.
So.
And I wonder if Frank probably has gotten Roy to give him some information over the years and is like, probably seeding this for a long time in his own brain and being like, okay, well, I'm going to find somebody that can look younger and play the daughter because I know he may have a daughter out there. This is something maybe Roy mentioned offhand once, maybe in their entire years of working together. And so you have to wait for that. And then Klein has to also be ready and like just get him to continue talking about certain things and get him to open up. He has to be trustworthy enough to get the PIN number at the end.
Oh, yeah.
If you mentioned Frank fucks with him, Frank fucked with him by having Chuck sit on the wrong side of the booth because they're both in on it. Chuck and Frank both know that they're trying to scam Roy, and he sits on there just to mess with him.
Yep.
And I'm like, watching the second time, I'm like, you fucking prick. Like, that wasn't an accident. And then what do you think Chuck would have done had he caught up to him trying to get out of the parking garage?
I know, he had to pace himself at that point because
he doesn't know how quick the ticket lady's going to be.
There's no way. That's one where it's very interesting how that worked out.
If he had caught up and they hadn't closed it, what would we have done?
Right? Or what if they just would have backed up and hit him?
Oh yeah, what if she had gotten, I guess she's in on it, but what if he had gotten desperate enough?
Yeah, exactly. Because I mean, at that point, he is very protective of his daughter, so.
Yeah. So I totally recommend watching it. You won't get that blown away feeling now if you fucking listen to this. So,
yeah.
God damn
Hopefully we blew you away on the review.
Should we do like a little stinger that pops into the beginning?
I feel like people are already, once we hit that spoiler alert.
All right, that's on you guys. Nate called it. Fucking he's all in, baby.
Yeah, fuckers. Sticking with it.
Cool. Yeah. Nate, what are we doing next week?
We are doing 2016's The Nice Guys.
The Nice Guys, starring Gosling and Russell Crowe, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we saw it in theaters together.
Yeah, I think so.
So.
I've only seen it that one time. Even though I really like it.
Yeah.
I've only seen it once. So I'm excited to kind of almost get a fresh take on it again.
Right? It's nice coming back to movies that you haven't seen for a while at times. Just because then it's like, oh, I forgot about this. Or, oh, yeah, there is that point in there.
Yes. And I saw one clip. There's that zeitgeist of like everything kind of happens at the same time. Like we've started talking about The Nice Guys. We knew we were going to come to this. And sometimes I see it popping up on like my main feed on all the fucking streaming services. Like Watch The Night Guys. This is trending this month. There's a TikTok about it with the funniest scenes. And I'm like, people haven't talked about this movie in like 10 years. What are you doing? But anyway.
It's just coming back.
Get ready for it.
Yeah. So with that, Todd, do you recommend anything for the people?
I don't have actually a ton of recommendations this week because it feels like it was a very quick week as we decided with our news. But I will say I've done some like YouTube, TikTok people in the past, but I think people should look up Harry Mack. This guy is one of the crazy good freestyle rappers I've ever seen. Nate, I've only seen him. He's just typical white guy with a beard.
Yeah.
He freestyles, like he'll walk into a group and be like, hey, Nate, give me a random word. And you could be like esophagus. And then somebody else would be like goggles. And the other person would say Deadpool. And then he would just rap and use all those lyrics in there and talk about where you're at and everything. It's blows my mind every time I see it. But the recent one that got him a lot of recognition recently, for another podcast called the Dissect Podcast, they asked him to dissect how he freestyles while he's freestyling. Oh, wow. So he does a freestyle saying, and that was a rhyme that landed with this. And you see how with this? Wow. And he's like explaining how he does it as he's rhyming about doing it. It's fucking amazing. And I'm like, this would give like Eminem a definite run for his fucking money. Like if Eminem wasn't already established, I'd be like, oh no.
Oh no. I could hear the fear.
Yeah. But it's so Harry Mack.
With me, same thing. Not a lot going
Harry
on
Mack?
This week. Yeah. Yeah, not a lot going on this week either. Yeah. So I'll just recommend Elkins. If you guys get a chance to find Elkins, pick up some of their, honey whiskey, their lemonade vodka, or if you're in Estes, try out their distillery.
Yeah.
It's
They got some good swag. I've got a good hat from them.
I know. I need to get a hat from them.
Yeah.
when I went up there. I was like, I should have bought a hat.
How dare you not
I know.
Yeah, you were there.
I know.
Well, when we go to get some ornaments.
Yes. Yeah, no, that's probably the plan.
Yeah. Cool.
So, yeah.
Well, how about a little social media action here, Nate?
Yes.
I'm going to let you control that button because, again, you're just closer to me.
Yeah, okay. So, Todd,
not closer to me. What I don't know what I'm saying over here.
So, if people want to get closer to us,
ooh, spicy.
How can they do that?
You know what? You can send us sweet nothings on Twitter and TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. You can also slide into my DMs if you know what I mean, ladies. Or you can, again, email Nate and only Nate directly at theindecide@gmail.com.
Yes, gentlemen.
Ooh, saucy enough. But, Nate, can they review or rate us or anything like that?
Yeah, they can definitely do that on whatever platform, usually iTunes. If you could leave a comment while you're there, that'd be great.
Yep.
Spotify, I know you can rate there as well.
Yep.
And if you feel the need, you can share us. That'd be great.
Even if you don't feel the need, please, we would appreciate it. Just share it.
Push that share button.
Yeah.
Simple.
Simple. Send a link.
Yes.
Cool. That's where you can see us and find us and talk to us and stalk us.
Exactly.
And con us.
Oh. Well, I guess with that, I'm not a criminal. I'm a con man.
Till you're pissing blood. Yeah. God damn. It's fucking Candyland.
I guess, do you have an opener?
No? Should I just do my normal stuff?
Sure.
All right. Classic.